Vanakkam everyone, welcome to the first ever episode of Decoding One Topic. I am Sukumar and you are going to be joining me in decoding some of the world's best untold mysteries and facts. Right before we jump into the video, I have a disclaimer to make. This video was purely derived from my understanding and may or may not have factual accuracy. After all, it's an individual's point of view and will differ from person to person. So firstly, let us understand that there was an agreement between the military forces of India and China that every 2 weeks the LAC will be patrolled alternatively by both the militaries. LAC expands to Line of Actual Control, aka No Man's Land, and that is where the actual problem began. On the month of May, during the Chinese patrolling weeks, Chinese army would have built their tents in the LAC territories. Though this is basically for the troops to stay for a period of 2 weeks, it was legally not allowed for both the armies to set up camps in LAC. On the first week of June, precisely on 5th of June, when it was India's turn of patrolling, the Chinese troops would have disagreed to back off. After higher rank officials did the talking, the troops promised to turn back and had backed off gradually. By June 15th, that is, when 2 weeks of Indian Army's patrolling got over, the Chinese patrolling troops would have established their tents again for the consecutive weeks, including setting up a base on the same area. Taken to the attention, the Indian commanding officer went to the Chinese troops where they were hit and sent back again. After this incident, the Chinese army reappeared in the LAC and the Indian commanding officer again went to the Chinese base where he was beaten to death. The Indian Army battalion would have got agitated and with full force went back to the Chinese base and settled them off with a befitting reply. In this clash, the Indian government announced the martyrdom of 20 brave Indian military personnel, but the Chinese army on the other hand never gave account of their martyred soldiers. On 18th of June, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi gave a TV report stating that there was no land acquired by the Chinese military, which means they occupied the LAC, which is basically no man's land for which we are fighting now. The reason for retaliation and mere military deployment is to save the no man's land and stopping the Chinese army from encroaching into the Indian territory. With this, we have come to the end of the video. If you ask me a verdict on this, I would say if both India and China go in for a war at the border, the economy loss will be for both the countries. So let us pray that the tensions at the border cools down as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you feel that the decoding was fair, do drop a like. Or if you have your own versions of the decoding, please feel free to comment it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share the video with your friends.